Mr. Speaker, Quebec has every right to democratically make its own choices for society. That's why it's unacceptable for the federal government to threaten to attack the notwithstanding clause. The notwithstanding clause is the only guarantee Quebec and the provinces have that the federal government and federally appointed judges won't be the only ones to decide what we're allowed to do. The Premier of Quebec was right to call this a direct attack on our nation's ability to protect our collective rights. Will Ottawa back off? The Honourable Minister of Justice. Mr. Speaker, our government has always been very clear when it comes to concerns about the use of the notwithstanding clause by the provinces. We are considering all our options. We are determined to protect rights and freedoms under the Charter. The Charter was designed to protect minorities all across Canada. We have been clear, and we will remain clear in the future. The Honourable Member for La Prairie. Mr. Speaker, I'll read a passage about the notwithstanding clause. It is a way for federal and provincial governments to guarantee that it's the elected officials rather than the courts who have the last word. That was Pierre Trudeau who said that, Mr. Speaker. And the same man
shoving his
was
dad's
talking about
words
the
in his
importance
face.
of a notwithstanding clause in a healthy democracy. But this government is doing the opposite. They want to give the courts the final word, the last word. Will they back off?
Wow.
Minister of Justice. Mr. Speaker, Pierre Trudeau was right. The legislatures are supposed to have the last word, but when it's used preventatively, it's actually being used as the first word, not the last word. These things are supposed to be tested by the courts, and we expressed our concerns, and we will continue to do so.
What a disingenuous answer.
As we know, the Liberals want to challenge Bill 21 on secularism and Bill 96 on French. Their desire to attack the notwithstanding clause is just a continuation of that fight. They want to ensure Quebec can never again introduce laws like 21 and 96, that Quebec can never again defend its own collective rights, and that Quebec can never again can have its own distinct values. Is that what this is really all about? That Quebecers are different and they can't accept that? The Honourable Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs. Mr. Speaker, my honourable colleague has a lot of experience in Parliament. He knows that the Government of Canada's position hasn't changed. We've always said we had reservations about the use of the notwithstanding clause in a preventative way. My honourable colleague talked about having the last word. It shouldn't be the first word, Mr. Speaker. It should be the last resort. We accept that. We understand that. We understand how the notwithstanding clause is supposed to be used, but we will never agree to its preventative use. And it shouldn't be my colleague's view either.
Sorry? I thought I was going to make it through this, but I'm not. It hurts.
Emotional damage.